Before we move ahead with today's Kabir songs, we will quickly revise what we did yesterday. Yeah? What did we do yesterday? We learned that there is just one single screen that lights up every morning. There are colors and shapes. I am going to drop the labels from my conditioning. I will not label the objects. The screen plays throughout the day. It has a flow of its own. And in the night, the screen shuts down. This cycle repeats every day. In the deep sleep state, I recognize that the mind was not there. That is why these images which were there during the daytime were shut down. It's like your computer was shut down in the night. The mind has been shut down, but the screen is still there. Where will the computer screen go? Yes, the screen is still there. That is why when you wake up in the morning, you're refreshed. You feel, I slept so well. Or you say, oh, I didn't sleep so well. Who is saying it? Obviously the witness or the awareness or the consciousness does not speak. The mind speaks on behalf of the witness. It is taking a dip in the witness, getting the experience and speaking it aloud. If you've noticed, early in the morning, before these lights are fully clear, before the images come onto the screen, they come on very slowly, very dim. Like, the lens is getting focused. That is the dreaming state. And when it comes in full focus, it is the waking state. Yeah. So, what is happening in that moment? At that moment, your mind is very transparent. It is very close to the witness. Yes, and that is why when you just wake up and your companion, your husband, wife, your partner, whoever asks you, how did you sleep? It's a very new understanding which just comes immediately because the mind is so transparent. That is the quality of the mind that we learned in Advaita Vedanta 1. Yeah? In level 1 we learned it reflects everything. It reflects that freshness in the morning. And because of that reflection, it tells you, I slept well. I'm feeling refreshed. Yes, so understand this. The mind is referring to the witness, dipping into the witness and getting the answer from there. Yeah. There is nothing outside the witness. The mind does not exist outside the witness. The way it is explained at Advaita level 1, we speak about the body, then we speak about the mind, and then we speak about the witness. We speak it in this sequence so that a beginner on the path understands it, takes that step by step and moves towards the witness. Yes? So he's moving from duality because that's all he knows. If you know only ABCD, I have to start at ABCD. I cannot start PhD level mathematics with you, correct? So you know only duality. So from duality, you came towards the mind and then towards the witness. So you're moving knowingly, willingly from duality towards non-duality. Now that when you're very, very clear that the witness is all there is, the awareness is all there is, start exploring this more deeply. There is nothing outside of awareness. There's nothing outside of consciousness. There's nothing outside of the Brahman. In the morning, when that mind is still focusing, trying to get the focus from the dreamy state, that transition into the waking clear focus state. What is happening is that the mind, which was sleeping, has woken up and starts reflecting or starts mirroring everything, and slowly the whole world comes into its vision. That world is not ahead and behind, the mind behind. You may feel like that right now. You may feel that Ekta is on a screen on a computer which is in front of me and I am behind. What are you now taking your position as? As the body. Right? The body is behind and the computer with the screen with Ekta on it is in the front. This is only at the positioning of the body. If you become very clear about I am the witness, you will see that the witness has no limit. There are no borders. Witness is like this space. Can space say anything is in front of me or behind me? Can space say anything is above me or below me? No, space can say only one thing. Everything is within me. Yeah? This is theoretical for you right now. Make an effort to recognize it, explore it, and see it as your reality. So what is happening in the morning? There is this sea of awareness. Yeah? Like I gave you an example yesterday. It's an example. This space, you just give it the quality of awareness, just for your understanding. I am in this sea of awareness, lying on my bed, sleeping. Right now, I said I have positioned myself as the body. Yeah. Now, recognize that I am not this body, I am this sea of awareness. The body is sleeping in that sea of awareness. Yes. The mind, let's say it is in the dreaming state right now. What is happening in the dreaming state? Let's say Ekta is sleeping, okay? And she is dreaming. And in the dream what happens? Ekta is swinging from some heavenly swing which is coming down from the sky. So Ekta has manufactured a dream world. To experience the dream world, Ekta has become a dream character who's sitting on that swing and experiencing the dream world. Do you see what I'm saying? To experience that world, Ekta had to become the dream character. Then only the dream world can be experienced by the dream character. And whatever is happening in that dream world is exactly like this world, very real. If there is joy coming up, you can experience that joy. If there is sorrow, you experience that sorrow. If there is fear, you're running away from a tiger, you're really fearful. Everything in that dream world, all the experiences are exactly the way it is in this waking world. But remember, the Ekta that is lying in bed, is she experiencing the dream world? Think about it. She could not directly experience the dream world. To experience the dream world, what did she have to do? She had to become this dream character, whoever this dream character is. She had to become a little girl sitting on a swing, yeah, and swinging over the world. She had to take the form of the dream character to experience the dream world. Is this very clear? What we are doing in our dreams? This is what we all are doing. I just came up with a dream. I used to dream like this when I was a little kid. So I just came up with the dream. But whatever dream you are seeing, you cannot see it from that position, horizontal position in bed. To experience the dream world, you have to become a character in the dream world. Is that very clear? Yes? Yeah? So, the same thing is happening in this waking world, where I am Ekta. I, the awareness, which is somewhere lying on some bed, had to take a dream world character to experience this dream. What am I saying? This waking world is just another. I've heard that story of Ashtavakra and Janaka, where Ashtavakra dreams that he's poor on the street. Janaka dreams that he's on the streets, poor, and he has one roti, and then that roti is also taken away. And in that sorrow, he gets up and he's saying, was that real or is this real? Yeah, when he asks this question to Ashtavakra, what does Ashtavakra say? Both are dreams. Both are dreams. So not only your dreaming world is your dream, even your waking world is your dream. This can be experientially understood only through Advaita Vedanta. Yeah. Every morning when I am waking up, there is this screen with colors, with shapes, and there is a flow that happens all day. I just assume that really all this is the world of matter, and I am this material called the physical body, which has a mind. This is all a part of this dream world. Yes, that is why it is called an illusion. And Advaita Vedanta says, or specifically Shankaracharya says, that it is an illusion or mithya because you cannot prove that this computer has its own individual inherent existence out of my awareness. Like in your dream world, there cannot be a character in your dream. There cannot be an element of your dream which you will experience while dreaming outside the dream. It's not possible. If it is outside the dream, then I would not see it in my dream. Is that very clear? Apply the same logic to waking world, to this reality. Yes, there is nothing possible outside my awareness, outside my knowingness. It's not possible. It does not exist. Yeah. So, I think it was Swamiji's example, Swami Sarvapriyananda. Somebody went and challenged him on this point. That okay, in those days when they wrote Advaita Vedanta, they did not have our camcorders, okay, video cameras. But today, I can go into a room, I can see the room, okay, this is the way the room looks. I can start a video camera and I can leave the room. And when I come back into the room, I have proof on video that the room was there. So the room was not in my awareness when I was outside, but this room exists and that video camera can prove it. So Swamiji told him that This room is in your awareness, right? He says, yes, right. The camera is in your awareness, right? Yes. The setup is in your awareness, right? Yes, right. You turned it on. Yes, I did. You walked out. Yes, I did. You came back. Yes, I did. And you played the video. Yes, I did. Which of these activities happened outside your awareness? There was nothing in this that happened outside your awareness. Yeah. To this, I will add one angle of Gaudapada. What does he say? That I see this world only through my five senses. So when that person who came into the room and he's turning on the camera, he's using only his five senses. Even though it's a camera, it's through sense of sight. Yes, I see this world through a filter of five senses. I do not have a sixth sense to see it through. Yes, and the five sense perceptions are limited. For example, right now you are all looking at me on the computer screen. The wall behind you is not in your perception, but I can see it. So, your mind is finite right now. And there is only so much domain range of the five perceptions. That does not mean the wall behind you is not in the perception of another finite mind who is sitting exactly opposite of you. Two finite minds still do not prove that we are both awareness. Take all the finite minds, yeah, billions of us alive, all these finite minds. You understand when I say finite mind, no? Because I'm just limited by my five senses. This is all that I can see, and this is what I call awareness. When we are focusing on something, right, now you're focusing on what Ekta is saying. So even if there is a sound of a dog barking outside or some sound of the neighbors, you are defocused from that. So this attention is the filtration that is happening in the finite mind. That is not what we are calling awareness. Yeah, a lot of people in Advaita level 1 confuse the word awareness with mind's attention. Remember this? Yeah, so I'm explaining that to you a little more in detail, that when you focus, you concentrate on one thing, you defocus from the others. That does not mean these things are not there. All these things exist, are there right now. But I am focusing on one thing. So this is called attention, and this whole domain range is called awareness or consciousness. Yes? So we all share a common consciousness, a common awareness. Though our finite minds are like peepholes. Now imagine the billion peepholes. What are these billion peepholes that are there on this planet? Peepholes of what? Who's looking through those peepholes? The one single shared awareness. The one single shared, whatever they call, supreme being. Yeah, but there is no being. Don't expect a Dadiwala Baba looking through the billion peepholes. It's a nice story for kids. It will be a very cute cartoon also. But really understand this, that awareness or consciousness is just like space. If you add the quality of awareness to this space, yes, then this space is there in America, in India, it's in Singapore, it's in Australia, it's here in Germany. It is everywhere. Though my finite mind is in Germany, your finite mind is in America, yours is in Australia, yours is in Canada. all these finite minds are just peepholes through which consciousness looks at the dream it has created. Yeah. Now, one level higher. How did these peepholes, that is we, infinite number of finite minds, get created? Yeah. It is the consciousness's own desire to sleep and dream. And in that dream, it manifests a dream character. The limitation is when Ekta sleeps and Ekta dreams, there is only one Ekta in her dream. Yeah, the little Ekta in the dream is only one Ekta. Consciousness has this ability of having million or billion characters in the dream. That is why we all have a common dream, a shared dream. It is the consciousness's own power or own ability to see the same dream through a billion peepholes. Very clear? So, I originally am that consciousness, I am that awareness. And I just have this little peephole through which I see this world. I experience only this screen on which images play in the morning and they stop in the night. Again they play in the morning, again they stop in the night. What happens in the night? When the dreaming phase is over and I go into deep sleep, what happens in the night? This person, this supreme being, the shared being, let's not call it that, otherwise I'm sure you will manufacture your Hindu kind of God with all that mukut and mala and thantana in his hand, and you will manufacture a Jesus Christ and you will manufacture some formless God. Let's not go into any manufacturing of ideas. It is nothing else but the same witness that I experience. It is just like space. No conditioning. Yeah. So this was so difficult to explain to simple people. That is why people were given idols. Okay, this is Rama. This is Jesus. This is this God. This is that God. It was for the simple people. It's quite difficult to understand Advaita. Yeah. So now also recognize. You go to the witness and you can experience your own body, your own mind. Yeah. The witness is always there and there is nothing outside the domain range of this witness, nothing outside the domain range of this awareness. It's not possible only. So actually, it is not a magical screen which is in front of you and you're seeing the world. Not like you go to the movies. It is a screen in which you are a part of the movie. You are that little kid playing with the snowman. You are part of these images playing on the screen. And you can actually experience it like that. Yeah? You cannot separate yourself and see yourself. You cannot turn around and look inside. You actually experience it that way. You are part of this screen. Yeah. There is nothing outside awareness. Awareness is unlimited, infinite, like the space. It cannot be divided. Each one of us is nothing else but a condensation. What happens when snow falls? How did this snow fall? when you go to touch a cloud, if you go on the top of a mountain, you cannot touch it. You cannot touch it. It's water vapor. You cannot touch it. Yeah, it's formless. What happens to this water vapor? There is condensation. Water is formed. That water freezes when the atmospheric pressure, atmospheric temperature is below 0 degrees. It freezes, and that freezing ice starts falling down. How did that freezing ice get its birth? From the water. The water came from where? Water vapor. That which was formless gave birth to form. The consciousness or the awareness, that which is formless, gives birth to form. We are all the dream of that creator. We are all nothing but the dream of the creator. Yeah? That is why Shankaracharya says, Jagat Mithya, the world is an illusion. Gaudapada goes one step more radical than Shankaracharya. What does Gaudapada say? The world does not exist only. The world was never created. It does not exist only. Yeah? He is obviously very, very radical. Yeah? But you should know there is one level of Advaita Vedanta which says this world does not exist. It's not even created. Yeah? We are following Shankaracharya's at the moment. Maybe in future we can go deeper into Gaudapada. So I hope I added a little bit more to what we learnt yesterday. Yes? So we are nothing but the same consciousness, the same awareness, each one of us. That single screen. We are all on the screen. We don't see the screen in front of us. We are on the screen. As an image on the screen, we experience this world. Yes, and when you experience the world, it is nothing else but a flow that begins in the morning and ends at night. Again, you wake up in the same dream. Again, you wake up in the same dream. Why do I wake up in the same dream? Why can't I change the peephole? Because I am the peephole. This body and mind together is that condensation, that snowflake that fell from the cloud. The snowflake has to complete its journey. When this snowflake completely melts away, the journey is over. Yeah. All this can be experienced directly. If you remember yesterday, I told you these words, but I didn't have the slide. I experience it directly, aparoksha jnana. When I drop all the conditioning that I have learned and just look at everything like a little child, like a little infant looks at everything. Yeah? There is no objects there. It is just different colors, shapes. It is just one screen in which I am a part of this screen. Yeah? It is a 3D screen. On this screen, whatever happens, yeah, I can see it come and go, come and go, come and go. Aparoksha, direct. That is why Advaita Vedanta's path or Ramana Maharshi's path is called the direct path. Yeah? Aparoksha. Why? Paroksha means that which I gather from evidence. Remember, I gave you the example, A is equal to C, B is equal to C, therefore A is equal to B. I'm just gathering evidence and I'm making an inference. Yes, but again, inference is also using the help of an assumption, the help of a concept. It is not direct proof, it is indirect. It is using logic to get there. Yes. Advaita Vedanta says no logic, direct experience. You see it through your direct experience. Yeah. Pratyaksha is obviously that which I see through the five senses. That I explained yesterday. I can see something, consider it real, but it could be unreal. The most classic example we all learnt in Ashtavakra Gita, snake and rope. You're walking on a dark path, you see a snake over there. Suddenly you look clearly, put on your torchlight and you see, oh, it's a rope. Yeah, so your senses can deceive you. Senses are finite. For example, you cannot see the wall behind you right now, but I can see it. Senses are finite. They have their limitations. Yeah, very clear? Yeah. That is why aparoksha jnana. So now Kabir comes in and he says, it has to be direct. It has to be something that I can get to by myself, by my own experience, not by logical analysis, not through these five senses, because these five senses I can very clearly see they are limited. I am very simple. Kabir did not go to school, you know that, right? He is not educated like you. Very simple person. So he is not going to use logical analysis, not possible. And he is not even going to use five senses. He is so sharp. He realizes that my five senses can deceive me. I can go there only through my direct understanding by shedding the conditioning. What is conditioning? Conditioning is nothing but words that you have learned. Yeah. Starting with, we experimented as the baby, the mother teaches the child, see, that is a house, that is a tree, that is a snowman, this is snow. Yeah. The mother trains the child, then school trains you, then your religion trains you, your culture trains you, your social circle, and that's how conditioning keeps getting added on in life. Yeah. So Kabir says this conditioning is the problem. This needs to be dropped. To see the complete picture of Advaita, the aparoksha way, completely clearly, what needs to be let go? Two types of conditioning. One, material level conditioning. Two, spiritual level conditioning. Yeah. Material level conditioning I already explained. Whatever you picked up, words and ideas and concepts. For example, any word, any concept has the words were used for communication. For example, if I want to communicate to you that I have a little dog at home, I have to use the word dog, right? If I want to communicate something to somebody and I'm talking about a third person, that third person needs to have a name. Otherwise, I will just say, oh, that human. No, the other human. Oh, the other human. So do you understand where language came in, why it was required? It is just for basic communication between two humans. To communicate with the witness is like communicating with God. Can God understand German, English, French, Hindi? God doesn't need all that. The witness does not need language. To move in that direction, you will have to let go of language. to move in that direction, you will have to let go of this external conditioning and see things like that little infant lying in the crib sees the world, with awe, with wonder, new every moment. Yeah. So if this is clear, material world conditioning is clear. I don't need to explain that much to you. Yeah, material world conditioning, now you understood. Social, religious, political, upbringing, what mom and dad taught, what teachers taught, all this is material level conditioning. Who is conditioned by it? The jiva. What is the jiva? The body, mind and the intellect. The body, mind and the ego. The ego is that which says I. It's just a thought that comes up and says I. Yeah? The intellect is already added with the mind. Comes under the umbrella of the mind. So the body, mind and the ego together are the jiva. The jiva has undergone a lot of material conditioning. That is the first issue, he says. Second is you have a lot of spiritual conditioning. Yeah. What is spiritual conditioning? Tell me. I'll tell you a story. Then you tell me through the story what is the conditioning of this person. A Buddhist monk was on his deathbed and he had taught all his life. He had lots of disciples. All the disciples had gathered together that the master is about to pass away. And the master says that all my life I have been teaching you about nirvana. All my life I have been explaining to you how to get liberated, to get freedom. All my life, that is all I have taught you. But I don't think you are getting it. I don't see that you have reached there. Do you even want nirvana? Do you want to get there? You've listened to me forever. Now I'm ready to move on. This body is going to die. Are you really earnest about achieving liberation? So everybody was quiet, pin drop silence. Nobody said a word. Nobody raised his hand. Nobody said anything. Then one person just stood up and said that, please don't misunderstand me. I do want to be liberated, but not now. Not now. I have a lot of work, lot of problems at home. Let me deal with those problems. Let me finish that work. Yeah. And then I will be ready to get liberated. But you tell me now. If you tell me the path now, at least I won't have to worry then when I'm ready. Aren't you doing the same? You're attending all these knowledge sessions, collecting all the jnana in your book. Your book is enlightened. Look at it. It's already there. But for you, one day I will get here. One day. One day. ऐसे one day करते करते one day हो जाएगा. If you keep waiting for that one day, you will kick the bucket. It won't come. Yeah. Do you have an earnest thirst? Do you really want to know? Or are you here that I will get some way to solve my problems? I want to keep the root cause of the problem. I don't want to get rid of the root cause of the problem. Just superficial level, I want to feel happy. I want to feel pleasant. So let me come and sit on Sunday, anyway, it's church time. 1 hour, 2 hours, how does it matter? Let me listen to some knowledge. But I go back to my problems and I want to be amidst those. Then you're abusing knowledge. It has a higher purpose. Its purpose is not for surface level pleasantness. It is not for that. Really, if you want liberation, then only can somebody say that you are on a spiritual journey. Then only can you say, yes, I am a spiritual seeker. So homework number 1 for you. Ask yourself this question. Are you a sincere spiritual seeker? Now, if you are a sincere spiritual seeker, then you will have to work on your spiritual conditionings. Okay? Those who are not sincere spiritual seeker, session is over. Yeah, time to go. Enjoy and celebrate Sunday. Yeah, but those who are sincere, for them, what is spiritual conditioning? What do I have to let go? What do I have to drop? Yeah. You have to recognize your own spiritual conditionings. For example, enlightenment is only for old age. When I get there, when I become old, then I will really start exploring within and trying to find the path. Wrong idea. Absolutely wrong idea. Yeah? This is a spiritual conditioning. You will have to work on this and drop this belief. Another thing is, enlightenment might make me leave my family, my money, I'll have to leave my job. No, not at all. There are enlightened people out there making money, have a job, have kids, everything possible. Yeah, the works, and they are happier than you are. They are happier than you are because they are established in the awareness, they are established in the witness. They see everything like a film and do not get attached to anything. And when you're not attached, there are no peaks of joy or happiness and no valleys of depression happening to you. All these ups and downs don't bother him. He is at a very peaceful straight line, very calm. That calm, sweet peace is what he has, and he works through this world with his husband or wife, with his child, with his money, with his bank balance, with everything. So he has everything that you have plus the witness, which you don't. Yeah? He's the only one who is living life. You are just suffering. You are just suffering because you are pulling along a sense of lack with you. That same sense of lack that we started this session with last weekend. That sense of lack haunts you like crazy. And that is giving you a message. It is telling you something. There is some conditioning that is needed to be dropped. When that conditioning is dropped, you will automatically establish as the witness. You will stop taking the position as the body and the mind. You will establish as the witness. Now again, another spiritual conditioning. Oh, I won't take myself as the body and the mind means I will not take care of this body. I will not exercise. I will not be healthy. No. It's the other way around. The enlightened person is not so attached to the body, so he does everything as a part of the flow. He does not question it. He does not have laziness. He does not have craving, and he does not have resistance or aversion. You might resist exercise. You might be lazy because you nurture your aversions. But he is beyond aversion, so he does not have laziness. He'll be more fit than you are at the same age. He'll look younger than you are at the same age. Why? Enlightenment doesn't give him some magic to look younger. No. Because he's found that soft, calm peace. Only when you're attached to me and mine, I and mine, that is where you become an old person. Wretched, depressed, dukhiara you become. Yeah, why? Because you're constantly like consumed by cravings, aversions. This person has dropped them. He lives life in a beautiful flow. Yeah, so he enjoys life much more than you, much more. Yeah, so drop this wrong spiritual conditioning that I will leave my family, money. You're not going to leave anything. Being in this world, Krishna says, you be in this world, one foot firmly on this land and the other foot up. You've seen Krishna stand? He stands like that, yeah? One foot always established in the witness. Yeah? The next spiritual conditioning people have, oh, it is only for sages. I have to go to the Himalayas and sit. Yeah? I have to meditate like the sages for like 30 years, 40 years, 50 years of my life in isolation, then I will become enlightened. No. Absolutely wrong idea. Absolutely wrong idea. Right here, right now, if you want, Satori can happen. You have to just let go. Let go of the wrong identification with the body and the mind. Establish as the witness. Yeah. Next spiritual conditioning, only through the blessing of a guru I can reach there. Again, wrong idea. Absolutely wrong idea. Yeah. Buddha got there on his own. He didn't need the blessing of a guru to get there. Yeah. There are so many examples in history to tell you that there are people who can get there on their own. You do not need somebody else to bless you. You don't need to pray to somebody. You don't need to do a rite and ritual. Oh, only if I do worship of this person or this God, then that God or that person will become happy with me and then give me vardhan. Give me a blessing. Arey, no. Very filmy you are. It is not real, huh? Too many films you've watched. Too many. Cut them down. And especially the Hindi ones. Yeah? No. Not true. Not true. Right now, you are the witness. You are already enlightened. You just don't know it. You just don't see it. Yeah? All you need to do to see is to remove the clouds. The sun is there. You're saying, no, I will have to really work hard for the sun to shine in my world. Arey, your world is not different from the other's world. It's the same world. The sun is always shining. Problem is you are clouded. Clouded by your own spiritual conditioning, your own material conditioning. Yeah. And then there are so many other spiritual conditionings. I just threw a few examples out. Yeah, but India has so many conditionings. Oh, women cannot get enlightened, if you remember that. That is what gave birth to a patriarchal society. Yeah, and then the gurus used to be jealous if a woman could really do, what was those debates they used to have on the Shastras. Yeah, Shastrartha. And if a woman did very well, all those things that led to a patriarchal society, drop, let go. Yeah, all these are spiritual conditionings. Oh, backward class people cannot get enlightened, scheduled class people cannot get enlightened. Even today there are villages in India where only the Brahmins live in the center of the village and where the temple is and where you can draw the water, and all the other castes live outside. and they're not even allowed to step into the temple. It's unbelievable. 2020. Amazing. Yeah. So all these are spiritual conditionings. Drop them. Drop them. I will have to work for many lifetimes to get there. Spiritual conditioning. Or I can, oh yeah, I have to put a lot of effort to get there. How much effort did you have to put to just recognize that there is this body, and then there's the mind, and then there's the witness which is observing the body and the mind? 1 second you were there. Lot of effort. No. Recognize that these were also put by yesteryears. There were caste differences in India, and one caste wanted to hold all the scriptures and did not want the other castes to get the scriptures or the knowledge. In fact, they wanted the other caste to pay them for giving that knowledge. That's how they did a spiritual business back then. So that is where all this has come up from. Then they would tell the other people, no, you have to really work for lifetimes. Oh, you are a Shudra, right? Million lifetimes for you. You know, things like that have come up from there. It is not true. Yeah, so take a minute to write down all spiritual conditionings that you can think about. That bother you, that are an obstacle on your path. I just threw a few examples that came to my mind. You can continue this homework after the session also. Yeah? But just recognize there are spiritual conditionings that you have and you need to work on. So make a list of all your material level conditionings and all your spiritual conditionings. And only people who are ready to really work on themselves, then only you start coming for one-on-ones, not otherwise. Yeah? No Advaita level 3 for you if you are not working on yourself. Okay? Okay, you can continue writing later. Yeah? Remember that you have homework to do after the session. So now again, back here. Now, even if you wrote down 1 or 2 conditionings, now it will become very clear for you where did these conditionings come up from. Where does conditioning come up from? I understand external conditionings. Other than external, where does a conditioning develop from? Ego. Ego. I'll tell you how. The ego has worked very hard to, say, create a $1 million house. It just hears some knowledge and some saints say that, oh, it's you have to become dispassionate. You hear the word dispassionate. You go to the dictionary or you Google it up and you say, oh, dispassion is where you let go of all your desires and cravings, and then you are like, oh, I have built this $1 million mansion and it was built because of my desire. Oh, now I'll have to leave this $1 million mansion. No, 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 no. Spirituality is okay for Sundays, but enlightenment is not for me. You see how you caught on to it? Yeah, you created a story in your own head by listening to one new word. I just threw a word which all of you are right now, well versed with. You understand. Yeah, I'm talking about the first time when you heard dispassion. So like that, only new things you hear, and you do not make an effort to clarify. For us, unfortunately, we never had a person who we could go to and talk these things. That is what one-on-ones are designed for. Yeah, to break down all your concepts, your ideas, to become clear. So when you become very clear, what happens? One spiritual conditioning is shed. The ego starts becoming weaker. It does not now create a new spiritual conditioning without verifying, without exploring, without questioning and asking about it. Yeah. So recognize the ego's tendency is that material world, I did this way, I worked this way and I was successful. So I feel that it is the same policy that I can apply on the spiritual side. And ego has one more tendency. It does not like simple. Have you noticed? It likes challenging. I want to be different from other people is the normal way the ego likes to go. Have you noticed this? Yeah. So it does not seek simple. In fact, something that is simple, it makes it even more complicated. So the witness is so simple, the awareness is so simple to get to. But are you seeing how complicated it has gotten through words of different scriptures, through different masters, through different practices, through those zillion techniques available in the spiritual world out there? Yeah. That's also because of the demand. The ego demands that I will not do something easy, I will do something difficult. So, a spiritual materialist, basically a spiritual teacher or a teacher who has material greed still in him, sees you as a very good candidate. He wants to do something difficult. Let me create a very long technique, a difficult technique. So he feels he's doing something very difficult to get there. Yeah? And in exchange, I'll get money from him. You are the reason. Because of you, you are the demand. That is why there is supply of these zillion techniques in the market. Are you seeing this? It's only because the ego does not like it simple. It is very simple, very straightforward. You don't have to spend a zillion bucks to get to the witness. Yeah? I would feel ashamed to take money from you to tell you that you do not exist. How would that feel? Yeah. So, keep it simple. Keep it simple. It is very simple. You are the witness. You are the awareness. So, do not complicate things. If a question arises, immediately you should work on resolving it. Do not create stories in your mind. That will prevent spiritual conditionings. Yeah, two things. Not to create a story. Two, the moment there is some concept, get it clarified. Yeah, we all can be a good spiritual sangha for each other. Either you get it clarified from a spiritual friend. If nobody is there, you can come to me. Get it clarified. Do not build your own concepts and ideas. Yeah? And recognize when the ego gets really evil and builds a concept and idea and decides that, okay, enlightenment is only for me in old age, not now. I am not going now. And if you see your best friend going, then you want to pull your best friend also behind. That's what the ego does. If you didn't pull your best friend, see, your best friend has tried to pull you back. This is what ego does. So we have to become very, very clear here. Yeah? The doha on what I am speaking is not in your sheet, but it is sadhu dhoka kase kahiye, kasu kahiye. Who's kidding who? Who's deceiving who? It's not that others are deceiving. Actually, I am deceiving myself. I am fooling myself with my spiritual conditioning. Oh, I will do it in old age. Oh, it is not for me right now. Oh, I have to take care of family. I am deceiving myself with all these stories. Do not create stories. Yeah? Stop creating stories. Then the deception drops. It's a self-deception. And in your simplicity, you tend to pull your other spiritual friend into deception. He or she also gets deceived. So don't do that. Yeah? Unless you're very, very confident about a spiritual concept, do not go out and dissuade another person. Yeah? Get it clarified. These are examples of spiritual conditioning. Yeah? So now, Kabir is telling you, you are on these two boats. Because you are not at Advaita level 1 anymore, yeah, you have tried to put one leg in one boat and the other leg in the other boat. Means what? You now understand the witness and you want to be there. But you are not able to let go of the jiva yet. If you are standing like that in two boats, what's going to happen, you know, no? Eventually you are going to fall. Yes, eventually you are going to fall. A lot of people fall. Yeah, and they pull others also. So you have to become very clear. I have to just keep my foot in one boat. Again and again, I have to be at the witness. Again and again, come to the witness. Don't position yourself as the body. Don't position yourself as the mind. The moment you see a family member comes up and is shouting at you, it's screaming at you, and you also get into your old habit pattern and you start screaming, remind yourself, see, you are taking the position of a mind right now and you're reacting to this person's criticism out of a memory how he or she was in the past. You're positioning yourself as the mind right now. Take a step back. There is somebody witnessing the anger that has come up. There's somebody witnessing the memory of the previous fight with this person. Go there. Again and again, take your foot off that boat and come back into your witnessing boat. Because of habit pattern, you'll again put your foot in the front. Again you come back. Again you will do this. Again come back. Every situation that pulls you towards the Jiva boat. One is the Jiva boat and one is the Brahman boat. Very, very clear? Jiva is the body, mind and the false I, the ego. The Brahman is the witness, the awareness, the consciousness, the knowingness. Every time you recognize, right now my feet are in two boats, I have to take this one off and come back here. Yes. This is very essential at this stage, very, very critical, very crucial for those people who have really started walking the path of Advaita. Doesn't apply to the people who are here just being spectators. Yeah, this applies to the people who are really working on themselves. You must have noticed that you have feet in two boats. How many of us noticed? Superb. Superb. Yeah. So now, again and again, I take my foot off the Jiva boat back to the witness. How do I do this? I have to start recognizing things in their entirety. Yeah. So I'll explain this to you. I usually look at things or situations in life in parts. I think right now there is happiness. Some time ago there was unhappiness. I look at it in parts. I am telling you, happiness and unhappiness are not two separate parts or not two separate incidents, not two separate situations in life. It is like this measuring tape. At one end, imagine it is 0, at this end it is 100. Yeah? When it is 0% happiness, you call it unhappiness, and on the same scale you move up, it becomes 100, you call it happiness. Now this is not always a straight line, it is actually a circle. Sorry, it's become a triangle. Imagine a circle, okay. Basically, it is continuous, it is cyclical. Do you get it? Happiness becomes unhappiness. Unhappiness becomes happiness. Yes, it is a continuous cycle. There are no incidents that you can term as happiness and unhappiness. I'm trying to help you take your foot off the Jiva boat with this new way to look at things. So when you look at some 40 or 80, and it's definitely going to go to the other side, look at it in its entirety. Which means if there is birth, know that there is a death waiting. If there is a death, know that there is a birth hidden. If there is good, the other side, which is the good also. So look at things in their completion, their completeness, their entirety. What will this help me do? I will not lean towards this side and I will not lean towards this side. When does the Jiva get attached? When does I, me, mine start happening? When I either lean to this side or I lean to this side. Leaning means what? I want happiness and I don't want unhappiness. I want the good, I don't want the evil. Yeah? I just want the saint to be in my company, I don't want the sinner. This is taking sides. I'm just throwing 2-3 examples out there. You think what is your opposites that bother you. Kabir says, don't lean to this side, don't lean to this side. You walk in the center, like that circus girl who walks on a rope. She's neither leaning here nor she's leaning there. What will this do? This will stop those peaks of supreme excitement and the valleys of depression in life. You will not have these ups and downs, ups and downs, ups and downs. There will be a straight line because you're looking at both the sides now. Right now, there is celebration, joy, happiness. Yeah? Instead of getting excited and craving and attached to it and losing my sensitivity to it, I can always have that understanding. It is what it is and it will pass. Yeah? So when there is unhappiness in life, I keep the same attitude, balanced attitude. It is what it is, it will pass. Every happiness has unhappiness coming as its tail. Every unhappiness has happiness coming as its tail. Yeah? This is the way I would explain to somebody who is not yet understanding the witness. Now for the people who understand the witness, recognize the witness. Did you notice the moment you don't lean to this side, you don't lean to this side, you're automatically thrown into the witness? Yeah? Because only the mind leans on this side or that side. The mind says, I want this, I don't want this. The mind says, I like this, I don't like this. The moment you stop the leaning and you're balancing in the middle, you automatically get thrown into the gap between the two. What's in the gap? The witness, the awareness. That's who you are. Automatically your feet comes off the jiva boat and you are in the witness boat. You have to apply this for both material world conditioning and spiritual conditioning. Supremely clear? Yeah? So, this next poem is talking about that state where you have dropped conditioning. All this 1 hour, 19 minutes explanation I had to give you to explain to you how would somebody who has dropped conditioning, what would he say about the witness? What would he be able to express about the witness? Yeah? Too long, no? Explanation. So the poem is ऐसा लो नहीं तैसा लो मैं के ही विद्धि किथों गंभीरा ऐसा लो नहीं तैसा लो. How may I express that secret word? How may I say it is not like this or it is like this? Yeah? There is no way to explain the witness. There is no way to explain that calm, sweet peace that comes out of getting off the conditioning, dropping all conditionings, all words I've dropped all concepts. Everything is dropped. Now how do I tell you? How do I express that word, that secret? Yeah? How can I say it is like this or it is not like this? Bhitar kahun to jag mein lajaye. If I say it is within, I will be shamed, yeah, by the so-called spiritual people. Because only at a beginner level understanding did I explain that first there is the body, then there is the mind, and then there is the witness. But soon I explained to you that it is not a background really. See, it is all around. Yes, do you remember that? Yeah. So we came to that understanding that it is like space, it is like sea, it is like the water, it is around. You cannot say it is bhitar, you cannot say it is within. So if I say it is only within, then the spiritual people will laugh at me. Jag mein lajai. Bahar kahun to jhoota lo. If I say the witness is outside me, then I am inside and outside. It is indivisibly one. This is a key, especially for people who have started exploring within and can understand what I mean by in the morning the screen comes on and in the night the screen goes away. You'll be able to see there is no inside and outside anymore. Yeah? It is just indivisible one. Everything is the flow. Now there is no outside world also. Yeah? You can very clearly see that the dream character is created along with the world. The experiencer is the experienced. Yeah? This becomes very clear. It opens up. It's indivisibly one. Yeah? Chit achit dau pithalo. The conscious and the unconscious, both are its legs. Yeah? Like I told you, the awareness is the substratum. Yesterday we did a table, remember? Yeah? The awareness is the substratum of all the three levels, the waking, dreaming and deep sleep. Yes, because it's the mind that is awake, the mind that is dreaming, the mind that is asleep. What is the substratum of all this? Where is all these three states happening? It is happening on the awareness. So in the poem, Poetic License, we've turned it upside down. That the awareness is the tabletop and its two legs are the conscious and the unconscious, which is waking state and the sleep state. Both are its legs. Drishti na mrishti na pargat agochar. It is neither manifest nor it is hidden. How many of you understand this without explanation? Yeah? The witness is like that, no? You can't see it, but you cannot say that it is not there. Correct? So it is neither manifest nor is it hidden. Na pargat agochar means it is neither revealed nor unrevealed. Yeah? It's a secret. Bata kahana jailo. There are no words only to describe it. Yeah? It's a cute poem, but it's quite high. If you realized it, yeah, without dropping the conditioning, one person cannot even understand Kabir's poem. You have to be in Kabir's shoes to really understand this poem. You have to be there. Purely the witness, purely the consciousness, purely the Brahman. And then you can understand what he means by, I can't say it, I can't express it. So, मैं कही विधि कितना गंभीरा, ऐसा लो न तैसा लो, भीतर कहूँ तो जग में लजाई, बाहर कहूँ तो झूठा लो, बाहर भीतर सकल निरंतर, चित अचित दौ पीठा लो, दृष्टि न मृष्टि न परगट अगोचर, बाता कहा न जाई लो. It is indescribable. So the key here was, it is indivisibly one. Next homework for you, if you have not understood this in your exploration, in your own experience, this is something that you need to spend some time. Because till now, I always thought the world is outside this body. So I had an inside and an outside. And what was the boundary? The skin of this body is the boundary. See, this is your assumption. You don't even know you've been thinking like this. The skin of this body was the boundary. Inside the skin, I said inside. And outside the skin, I said outside. Now when I stop taking the position as the body and mind and take the position as the awareness, then I can't even do this anymore. Everything is the awareness, no? Now I see everything as indivisibly one. So this is the homework for the people who are moving to Advaita level 3. I need you to explore this very deeply, yeah, before you come for the first session. Now, why can it not be explained in words? Why is he saying it cannot be expressed in words? All those who have done the Buddha meditations, put your hands up. Explain void to me. You can't explain it. Did you notice that? You went into a silence. How can you explain the void? You can only say what it is not. You cannot say what it is. Have you realized this? Even if you try to put it in words, you will say, oh, in the void, the body was not there, the sensations were not there, the thoughts were not there. I'm saying, don't tell me what is not there. Tell me what is the void. Did you get it? You cannot express it. You cannot explain it. You cannot explain the silence that you experience in meditation. It's silence. It's emptiness. It's the void. Do you see it? That is why, beyond a point, the spiritually enlightened people like Kabir say, can't say anything. Yeah? That is why Gunge Keri Sarkara, Khai aur Muskai. The dumb person eats the jaggery and just smiles. Like that, an enlightened person becomes beyond a point. You can't explain it. Yeah. So those who have not gotten there or experienced the void, we will all get there step by step. No problem. Yeah. At least you know there is something like this that I can experience, I can get to. So we'll quickly go to the next poem. The one who starts being in this void, resting in the void, yeah, he now is speaking to the mind, to the jiva boat. Okay? Now you have to imagine. So he's speaking to the mind. Man, tu par utar kahan jai ho? Yeah? मन तू पार उतर कहाँ जाई हो, आगे पंथी पंथ न कोई, कुछ मकाम न पाई हो, नहीं तहाँ नीर नाव नहीं खेवात, ना गुण खेचन हारा, धरनी गगन कल्प कछु नाही, ना कछु वार न पारा, नाही तन नाही मन नाही अपन पाऊ, सुन में सुध ना पाई हो, बार ही बार विचार देख मन, अंत कहूँ मत जाई हो, कहे कबीर सब छड़ी कल्पना, ज्यों के त्यों ठहराई हो. Here the witness is explained very beautifully. It is just the void. When you step onto that boat, yeah, oh mind, what shore will you cross over to? Man, tu par utar kahan jai ho? Aage panthi panth na koi. There is no traveler before you. There is no road. Kachu makam na pai ho. There is no destination. There is no shore. Do you understand? When you are in the witness, there is nothing. The same experience the Buddha people have in the void. There is nothing. Doesn't the mind feel restless and wants to come up with a story, a thought, some sensation in your void meditation? Yeah? Why does it do that? Because it cannot rest in the void, because it becomes no mind and it wants to express itself as the mind. It wants to express itself as the ego. Yeah, so this is a poem to the mind. Oh mind, where are you going to get off at the other shore? There is no traveler before you, there is no road, and there is no destination, no shore for you. Nahi taha neer, nav nahi khevat, na gun khechan hara. There is no water, there is no boat, there is no boatman to take you across. There is no rope also to tow you there, nor there is a man to draw you or pull you to the other shore. Otherwise you have that thing, no, my guru will pull me to the other shore. There is nobody there. Yeah? No boat to cross, nobody is going to help you there. There you have to walk alone. I've explained this to you before, no? On the spiritual path, initially you can take help of the teachers. Like you learn to ride your bicycle, you take mom or dad's help, they are holding your bicycle. How long can mom or dad hold the bicycle? There will be a point where they will let go and you will have to learn to balance. This is that part. The moment you come to the witness, you have to learn to balance on your own. Nobody is there to help you at that point. Nobody. Yeah? That time you can't start screaming, Mama, Mama. Man tu kahan jai ho? Dharni gagan, kalp kachu nahi, na kachu var na para. There is no earth, no sky. There is no time there. Nothing. There is no shore. You want to cross over and go to the other shore. There is no shore. And there is no shallow floor in the river to walk to the other side. Yeah, that's called para. Yeah? It's not there. It doesn't exist. Nahi tan, nahi man, nahi apan pao. There is no body. There is no mind. Did you recognize this in the witness? There is no body. There is no mind. There is not even a place to quench your thirst. Apan pao is a place to quench your thirst. There is no place to quench your thirst. Sun me sudh na pai ho. What is sun? Sun is the Bhojpuri or Avdhi word for the same word shunyata. Sun, yeah, is shunya, is void in English. Yeah? Sun me sudh na pai ho. You shall find naught or nothing in that emptiness, in that void. Yeah? This is where Kabir's path and Buddha's path are, they come together. Both speak about the middle path, both speak about sun or shunyata. There are many such parallels you can draw between the two. Balivan hoi pai thau ghat mein, wahi ठहराव हुई है. Be strong. Balwan, yeah, Hindi word, Balivan in the Bhojpuri language. So Balivan hui, pai thau ghat mein hi. Put your foot into the witnessing boat. Don't go to the Jiva boat. Yeah, this ghat only you stay in. Pai thau ghat mein hi, wahi ठहराव हुई हो. That is the only place where you can get a foothold, where there will be ठहराव, where you can get established in peace, where you will experience that calm, sweet peace that you're looking for. बार ही बार विचार देख मन, अंत कहूँ मत जाइयो. Consider this again and again, my mind, my dear mind. Go not anywhere else in the end. Yeah, means he's telling you, don't put your foot in that Jiva boat. No. Again and again, the witness. Again and again, take your foot out. Take it out and put it back into the ghat, your own ghat in the witness. Kahe Kabir, sab chhadi kalpana. What is kalpana here? Conditioning. Chhadi, I dropped. Yeah, Kabir says, I drop all conditioning. Jyon ke tyon, as it is, what is. Therai ho, I get established in that. Yeah, I put all the conditionings away and I get established in what is. What is. Yeah, so now you decide which boat. Again and again your mind will go to the Jiva boat. Again and again you come back to your boat. Remember, these boats are going in opposite directions. Do you see them? They're not going in the same direction. They're going in opposite directions. If you put your foot in both the boats, you are definitely going to drown. Again and again, take the foot off the Jiva. Again, witness it. Yeah? When we say you're going to drown, it means there's suffering. Yeah? There will be a lot of suffering in life. Very clear? Just to explain this last line, Sab chhadi kalpana. I had to do the 1 hour on conditionings. Yeah? When Kabir talks about Kalpana, he says both material world conditionings and spiritual world conditionings both need to be dropped away. Then only I can be in ज्यों के त्यों. ज्यों के त्यों is जैसा है वैसा है. In English, what is, or just going with the flow. So this doha is one of my favorite dohas, so I just put it in. Sunn mare, ajapa mare, anhad hu mar jaye, Ram sanehi na mare, kahe Kabir samujhaye. The shunya dies. The ajapa, the soundless sound, dies. Anhad hu mar jaye, the infinite experience, that also dies. Ram sanehi na mare, the only thing that doesn't die is your love. Your love. For who? Not Ram from Ayodhya, not Dashrath's son Ram. We're talking about that witness. Yeah. If you fall in love with the witness, if you fall in love with the consciousness, with the awareness, then that doesn't die. All your meditation experiences will die. The experience of void will be gone with the body. The experience of ajapa jap means that continuous remembrance to go back to the witness, the ajapa jap, and staying in that, that will also die. The anhad nad, the sound of creation that you hear, that will also die with the body's death. Only one thing doesn't die: love. That is the shared being. That is what we are really sharing. Yeah. So, Ram sanehi na mare. Only the true love or the true lover never dies, says Kabir samujhaye. He's explaining it to you. All your kundalini and samadhi and this and that, falana, dhimkana, all will die with the body's death, right? None of these experiences can go. What goes is just that love with the witness. That moments that you are established there, yeah, that goes with you. Yeah, when you recognize you are not separate from the witness. Yeah, and it is not different from God. You are God. There is no other God over you. Yeah, you are the witness, you are the awareness, you are the consciousness. You decided to sleep, you decided to dream, and you decided to have multiple dreams. You decided to have billion dreams. So you created billion peepholes into the same world, into the same dream world. All of these peepholes are just the finite mind bodies that are dreaming right now, the same world. That is why we all experience the same world. Yeah. So if you are the creator, you are the story writer, you are the script writer, you are the director, producer, then how are you not God? You are God. Yeah? When you fall in love with the witness, this becomes very clearly apparent. सब पर तेरी साहिबी, तुझ पर साहिब नहीं. निराकार, निर्भय तू ही, और सकल भार माही. Your godliness is on everything, is on all. There is no godliness over you. You are the formless. You are fearless. Sakal bhar mahi, everything else is delusion. Everything else is just a dream, is mithya. Contemplate on this. I want to leave you with this last doha. Contemplate on this. that my godliness is on all. There is no God over me. There's no other godliness over me. सब पर तेरी साहिबी, तुझ पर साहिब नाही. निराकार निर्भय तू ही. You are formless and fearless. और सकल भार माही. All else is delusion. Everything else. Yes. That completes Kabir's teachings on love and Advaita Vedanta. When you recognize this last shloka, then you will find me in that land. I'm waiting for you here. Come to my land. मिलो रे कोई मारा देसरा, दो दो बातां करांगा जी. Only one desire is always there. I wish I can meet somebody who I can really sit and talk. Talk to somebody from my land. Come on to the Brahman boat. Yeah, drop that Jiva boat. I'm waiting for you. Yeah. So I'll see you very soon again in a group session, but now I'll start focusing on people who are going deeper into Advaita. So the group sessions will be once in 2-3 months, and we will focus more on the weekly Advaita level 3 sessions. Yeah? So if you have enrolled for Advaita 3, you're eligible to attend it. I will see you there, and the others I will see you definitely in the new year, not before that. Yeah? Lots of love to you, and a deep desire from my heart that you also come meet me in my land. Take care.